Today's book review is Ruby Red by Kristen Geyer. I'm not quite sure how to say her name. I'm sorry. But it is an excellent book. It is about this girl who is a time traveler, but she can't control where she goes without the help of this special machine that the society holds, and she is part of a set of time travelers because there are several of them, but they're all born in different time periods, and they're all named after their title is after are named after gemstones like ruby, diamond, citrine, emerald, sapphire, etc. And they all have a corresponding animal. Like ruby is the crow, diamond is the lion, I think. But it's a love story. It's a mystery, and it's an adventure, and it's a little bit confusing not at first, but as you move through the trilogy, because yes, I have actually read the entire trilogy. It was really good, but it gets a little bit confusing around, I think, the third book was the most. It's been a little while since I've actually read all three, so I can't remember if it gets a little bit confusing in the second book or the third book. But it all gets resolved in a nice, neat little bow in the end, and it's a wonderful read. It's something I would definitely recommend reading if you're bored or if you want a romance story that is more than just about the romance, because there's actually this story actually focuses more on the mystery of what is going on with the society, why she is a time traveler, because at the start she thought it was her cousin. Everyone in her family thought it was going to be her cousin that was going to be the time traveler, not her. So her cousin was taking all these lessons and being prepared for all this stuff to when she travels back in time, usually to England. So she learned how to fence and how to act ladylike and elegant at parties and stuff, and about culture during those centuries and time periods. And our main character did not learn any of those things. She went to public high school, or whatever their equivalent of it is in England. And she basically led a normal life until she makes a time jump, quite by accident, because she can't control it. It just happens. None of them can actually control it. It just happens to them without the help of this machine. So it it has a lot of family politics in it too, which actually makes things kind of funny. And I really like the main character because she's headstrong, she's stubborn, but she's very relatable to everyone, not just girls, because she is thrown into this situation she doesn't want to be in, and then she kind of likes it a little bit, and at the same time she hates it because she can't be normal anymore, and it makes her life a little bit more difficult. Actually, a lot more difficult. I mean, if you were jumping back and forth between time uncontrollably, or even with the help of that machine, you end up in a time period where there's no electricity, and you have to do your homework in a basement by candlelight, and you're there for hours on end, or at least an hour, every day after school. So it's kind of odd, I suppose you should say, is what could be said about how the storyline goes with the whole time jumping ability. because it's supposed to happen randomly, but at the same time, once they start regulating it, it'll only happen. It won't happen randomly anymore, I guess, unless they stop using the clock machine thing. But anyway, it's a really good trilogy. Pick it up and read the first one. If you like the first one, you'll definitely like the second one and the third one. They're fairly quick reads because it's relatively quick paced. It's not slow for the most part. It's not slow, especially once you get past the first part. It starts picking up pace really well, and the attention to detail is excellent for this type of book because it's, like I said, it's a mystery novel and a romance novel and a bit of an action novel all rolled into one. And it's more about the mystery than it is about the romance. So there's more details that are given that are relevant to what's going on, but it's not like Sherlock Holmes levels of detail. Like there's this, like, she's searching for answers. She's not trying to solve a big mystery. She's not trying to catch a criminal kind of deal. So there's attention to detail, but at the same time there isn't, because they don't give you unnecessary details like a lot of mystery novels will do to try and get you to assume who the killer or thief is or whatever. So go pick up the book if you haven't yet. It's a great read, and I will talk to y'all next time.